Hello, my name is Rhonda Robbins. I am a success strategies coach, personality trainer, certified life coach, and certified NLP practitioner. Welcome back to part 2 of We Are Different, a workshop on understanding personality theory. One of the important things to really understand about personality theory is that it's not just a theory. When we apply it to our lives in very practical ways, we're able to enhance our lives. We look at it not to judge other people or ourselves and to put people in little boxes and say this is the way you are and that's it. What we do is we take a look at ourselves and others to gain a better understanding, to get a better relatedness to one another, to be able to be in rapport with others in ways that we have only imagined. One of the underlying foundations for personality theory and training is to really get the idea that I am nothing like you, and you are absolutely nothing like me. We are very different. And different is good. Different is okay. In fact, different is desirable, because today I'm here to encourage you to celebrate the differences. It is our differences that give us diversity in life, and diversity is good. It's ridiculous for us to consider that everyone should be like us, that they should have the same response patterns and behaviors that we do, because they're not like us, and each of us has a way of being that comes naturally to us. It is who we are at our very, very core. We are all very unique individuals. It's also important to remember that one personality type is not better than another. We're all equally important and all equally worthwhile. We all have valuable contributions to give to others around us, to our family and our friends, our workplace, to our world. It is the diversity that creates a strong foundation across the board in the fabric and tapestry that is our life. In personality theory, it's pretty well known that we are generally attracted to an opposite personality because their strengths are our weaknesses and vice versa. It's also equally true that we are attracted to someone on the same level of emotional pain as ourselves. And by that I mean that whatever level of dysfunction or pain or drama or trauma that you have going on in your life, that's exactly the kind of person you can expect to attract back to you. It's the law of attraction. Who you're being and what you're up to is what you're going to attract back to you. While we are attracted to the other personality's strengths, once we're in the relationships with them, we get to live with their weaknesses. And unfortunately, this is the part about relationships that frustrates and annoys us. So that's when we try to change the other person to be more like us, and we stop celebrating our differences and our uniqueness. I personally reconnected to the power of personality theory in the early 2000s and formed Personality Connection in 2002. There are, as I mentioned in the first part of this series of We Are Different, there are hundreds of different people who have taken this 4-person model and they've given it all different kinds of names. But for me, it made more sense for me that we are players on a stage and that life is the stage that we play on, and each and every one of us has a particular role or function to do. In any movie or play, there's always the star, the main attraction, the vivacious, charismatic personality. You always have a director who's barking out orders and telling people where to be and what they want, how to get this job done. Let's go, let's move. You've always got the producer behind the scenes being creative and making everything come together, paying attention to the details, making sure that the lights are on and that the props go out on stage properly, that the people are at their cameras and their places, watching that clock. Then you will have the audience, which are the observers. They're always there, laid back, relaxed. They just want to observe life. They just want this peaceful, euphoric place to be with no stress and no drama. For Personality Connection, I went ahead and I kept the names that Hippocrates had originally given to them in 370 BC, and I've added my labels to them. So you can see I've got a star sanguine, a director choleric, an audience phlegmatic, and a producer melancholy. This particular chart comes from Florence Littauer's book Personality Plus, And I've added, as you can see, the colored squares which match the personality types, because I believe this will help you identify them as you continue through the training. I'm going to start at the top of the chart, and I'm going to talk about it from top to bottom. So you'll notice that the star director, this is considered to be a natural blend, whether it's a star director or a director star, it's a natural blend. They are outgoing, optimistic, outspoken, and they're both very good leaders. The star sanguine is very charismatic. People follow him because they're just attracted to this vivacious personality. People are attracted to the director choleric because they are visionary. They've got this big, lofty idea and goal and plan. At the bottom of the quadrant, we have the audience phlegmatic and the producer melancholy. This is also considered a natural blend, whether it's the producer audience or the audience producer. These folks are introverted, pessimistic, and soft-spoken. They like to analyze data. They like to analyze situations and people. In fact, these are the people that get caught up in analysis paralysis, if you will. Going back to the top, you can see that the star wants to have fun, and that's their primary goal and motivation in life, while the director wants control. The audience wants to have peace, and the producer wants perfection. The star sanguine is also very witty and easygoing, and the director choleric is decisive and organized. The audience phlegmatic is not at all goal-oriented, which is why you see them sitting in the audience. And these folks would rather sit than stand, and if they had a choice between sitting and lying down, they'd rather lie down than sit down. They're just really peaceful, passive individuals, not highly rushing toward any goal. The producer is very goal-oriented. They like to keep lists and keep track of things and check mark things off. You'll see these arrows going down the side. You'll notice that if you take a look at the star audience combination, that's considered to be a complementary blend. These are very relationship-oriented individuals. People are important to them. Relationships are important to them. If you look at the opposite side, you'll see the director-producer. This is also considered to be a complementary blend. These are very task-oriented, production-oriented individuals. They're much more concerned with function and production than they are with relationships. In fact, they often refer to people as resources, which is unfortunate, but that's their orientation, that's how they're wired, and it's not that they're trying to be mean or unsympathetic to people, it's just that's how they're wired. When you're in a relationship, whether it's a working relationship or you're married to a director-producer or a producer-director, just realize that they are not strong people personalities. You'll also notice here that it says that the star and the producer are very artistic and emotional. Both of these are very creative, and I'll talk about the emotional patterns a little bit later on the two of those. The director audience are unemotional and very strong-willed. And that's what they mean when they say the audience is blank. They're just not enthusiastic. I had an instance in which I had bought a little rocking horse for this 3-year-old child, and I was so excited. It was the cutest little horse. Of course, I'm a star. I'm excited about everything. And it was the cutest little horse. It had leather saddle on it and everything. I was just so excited that this small child, this young boy would come over and he would look at this horse and he'd go, wow, and he'd be so excited and he'd just want to ride on it and look at it. But the child's primary personality is that of an audience. And so he came in, he looked at the horse, walked right by it and went on. And so if you're expecting somebody who is an audience phlegmatic to become really enthusiastic, it's likely not going to happen. The director is unemotional too, but they're unemotional in kind of a more cold way. It's just, it has to be very factual, it has to be meaningful, it has to be very results oriented, and if it's not any of those, they just really don't care. The strong-willedness of the director is very obvious. They are pointing their finger at you, they're banging the table, they're telling you what they want, what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. Whereas with the audience phlegmatic, their strong-willed is in a very, very almost passive-aggressive manner. They're very quiet, they're very agreeable, but if they've decided they don't want to do something, they're just not going to do it. They'll come up with yet another excuse and another reason why that's not going to happen today. In terms of strengths and opportunities for each personality type. I'm just going to go through this list, which is taken from Florence Littauer's book, Personality Plus. I'm just going to read it for you. And when I say opportunity, I mean that's just an area of personality weakness that is an area for them that they can work on, and they can achieve even more successful and powerful results in their life. So for the star sanguine, their strengths are that they are animated, playful, sociable, convincing, refreshing, spirited, promoter, spontaneous, optimistic, funny, delightful, cheerful, inspiring, demonstrative, mixes easily, a talker, lively, cute, popular, and bouncy. Areas of opportunity for them are that they are brassy, undisciplined, repetitious, forgetful, interrupts, unpredictable, haphazard, permissive, angered easily, naive, want credit, talkative, disorganized, inconsistent, messy, show-off, loud, scatterbrained, restless, changeable. In terms of the strength for the director choleric, their strengths are that they are adventurous, persuasive, strong-willed, competitive, resourceful, self-reliant, positive, sure, outspoken, forceful, daring, confident, independent, decisive. They are a mover, shaker, tenacious, leader, productive, chief, and bold. In terms of areas of opportunities for the director choleric, they are bossy, unsympathetic, resistant, frank, impatient, unaffectionate, headstrong, proud, argumentative, nervy, workaholic, tactless, domineering, intolerant, manipulative, stubborn, lord over, short-tempered, rash, and crafty. As we look at the audience phlegmatic, we see that their strengths are that they are adaptable, peaceful, submissive, controlled, reserved, satisfied, patient, shy, obliging, friendly, diplomatic, consistent, inoffensive, dry humor, mediator, tolerant, listener, contented, permissive, and balanced. Areas of opportunity for the audience phlegmatic are that they are blank, unenthusiastic, reticent, fearful, indecisive, uninvolved, hesitant, plain, aimless, nonchalant, worrier, timid, doubtful, indifferent, mumbles, slow, lazy, sluggish, reluctant, compromising. Areas of strength for the producer melancholy are analytical, persistent, self-sacrificing, considerate, respectful, sensitive, planner, scheduled, orderly, faithful, detailed, cultured, idealistic, deep, musical, thoughtful, loyal, chart maker, perfectionist, behaved. Areas of opportunity for the producer melancholy are that they are bashful, unforgiving, resentful, fussy, insecure, unpopular, hard to please, pessimistic, alienated, negative, withdrawn, too sensitive, depressed. They are introverts, moody, skeptical, loner, suspicious, revengeful, and critical. Thank you for watching the second in the series of videos on personality training and evaluation. Hopefully you're finding some powerful keys to opening up and enhancing the relationships in your life with your friends, family, and loved ones. Understanding the personalities can help you to be very, very successful in your business as an employee or as a business owner alike. If you would like to have a free evaluation, simply send an email to yes@embraceyourbrilliance.com. To schedule training or individual coaching sessions, please give me a call at 480-343-8700.